time it is. You know who you on with. You know who you rocking with. It's your boy, Philly Notion. Notion Gang, salute. You already know. Hey, listen, I got the crew in here with me today, gang. Got the new content creators, and that's how we rocking. Hey, look, y'all know before I officially get this thing heated up, I'm going to get my boys live here because y'all see it. I got some new people up on today, gang. Shout out to my guy, Hunter Doyle, who's going to go and drop where he's at. Hey, the Philly Insider Podcast. Go and let him know where you at, brother, before I get this thing all the way heated up, my guy.
All right, guys, check out in the description. We got our pod there. We do NFL, NBA, anything you guys want, comment what you want. We're going to be doing a lot of Eagles stuff this fall, so I'm excited for that. Check me out on Inside the Eagles too, online, do some articles in there, but appreciate you having me, Notion.
Man, you know it's all love, brother. And then we got right below. Y'all see him. Y'all know who it is. Go let him know where you at, Eagle season. My guy,
yeah,
big
definitely,
salute.
Salute, it's your boy Eagle season back at it again, with another live with our guy Philly Notion and the Philly Insider Podcast, man. Salute to them. Shout out to them also, man. Check them out if you haven't. Great content creators. I respect them, Eagle Nation, we rule.
Man, we taking over, brother. And y'all already know, before we get into this thing, yeah, y'all know what time it is. Hey, let's check this 4K. Hey, belt, check. Hey, hold up. Ring, check. Hold up. Y'all already know. Don't get it twisted. We all the way in there, gang. Y'all already know. Again, if you new to this ride, to checking it out, y'all know what to do. Go hit that subscribe. Again, make sure you go hit that subscribe and activate that notification bell because y'all know how we rocking the lives. Look, listen, y'all know what it is today. I got some guests in the house and we got some things to talk about. We got this 53-man roster that was laid out on us. Hey, and the team right now is still making some moves. So we about to dive into all that today. Y'all already know. Hey, look, shout out to my guy, Hunter Doyle. Hey, the Philly Insider Podcast. Check them out in the descriptions below because I'm going to tell y'all right now, my man kicked some fire questions and we about to go over all of them today. So y'all know how we rocking it. But before that, look, y'all know the notification gang is in the building. Salute to everybody in here. Philly girl, D1 Shepherd. Y'all know what it is. Stephen Joyce in this thing. Hey, you already know I'm in the fantasy football. Y'all know we getting to it. Oh, yes, sir. Hey, getting love, my guy. Eagle season. Philly girl says, what's up? Yes. Getting all the love. Yes, hey, sir. Y'all know we appreciate it all. And ain't none of this possible without y'all's help and y'all's push. So, again, we appreciate it all. Feel free. Check the description links below because, hey, again, it ain't possible without you. So y'all make sure y'all set these boys up because they out here putting in that work. So, hey, without further ado, fellas, real quick, how y'all feeling right now? Just before we even jump into anything, how you feeling about this 53-man roster? I'll kick it off to Hunter first.
Pretty interesting, man. I mean, we were talking about it before we got started. There was some interesting stuff that happened today after the rosters came out. I mean, the Cravon LeBlanc move just really – it's just
that one got me mad, got me mad.
It sounds like they're gonna add him back once there's guys on IR. But of all the people you could have cut, maybe like I don't know, an Alex Singleton. I mean, Jordan Mailata's on the roster, a guy you could have put on the practice squad. I don't know, but keeping 6 safeties is a little weird to me. I mean, Marcus Epps is okay. I think he's more of a body. He's gonna play in the 3 safety sets, but I mean, I guess that's okay. Rudy Ford's a good special teamer, but I mean, he's a good gunner, but that's about it. And to me, I think, his speed kind of hurts him in a way when he overruns things on the defense. That was what stood out to me was the 6 safeties. And then, we added a running back today. So I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Jason Huntley sounds like he's a pretty good burner. And then Alshon's added back. Sounds like he's going to be a big contributor this season. Sounds like he's got a chip on his shoulder. I really hope that's the case. I mean, after what happened last year and some of the things that were flying around. But the offensive line worries me with Pryor playing left tackle. I'm not sold on that. I think that's going to be the big X factor for me in this season is how that offensive line plays.
Man, I'm on board with everything you said. We got some question marks, and we definitely gonna find out.
Yeah.
What's your take, Eagles season? How you feel currently? Without going into too much depth, how you feel about the 53, bro?
I'm okay with the 53-man roster, but the players that they cut, I didn't feel good with the players that they cut. Players like Adrian Killins that's gonna get Andy Reid to go snag him, and he's gonna become a star. And players like Prince Tega, when we could have kept Prince Tega, and I think we had the ability to keep Prince Tega, but we had I don't know why we kept Jordan Mailata. I think Prince Tega, in my opinion, would be better at the left side than Matt Pryor or Jordan Mailata. That's my opinion. But I think we should have kept Trayvon LeBlanc. He's been our most reliable corner. In 2018 he was our best corner, no question. Jalen Moses hurt most of the year. Ronald Darby we couldn't even trust that much. But I think Trayvon LeBlanc, he should still be on this team. If you're gonna cut anybody, it could have been a Jordan Mailata. It could have been I know we wouldn't cut Alshon Jeffrey, but we could have cut someone else. Especially, I heard that Alshon Jeffrey was going to, they were looking to trade him. But, Harry Roseman said he was not going to trade him for some reason. But, from sources, I don't get, which sources to believe. There's so many sources saying that, we're going to trade him. We're going to, keep him. But, I don't know. That's what I feel.
Man, hey, listen, I can't agree. I can't disagree with none of that. Honestly, my thoughts on everything, I think we're a little light in certain areas. I definitely, again, I understand a lot of this stuff. We're going to kind of have to figure out some of these things as we go. Like, we know we have some O-line problems that we can't run from, right? So we know we got a problem. We got some questions at the left tackle spot. We really don't know who's going to solidify the right guard spot, but in my opinion, we still went light on the O-line. Yes, and just to kind of let you know, too, also, Eagles season, like I did take a look at, and they finally threw together, looks like the practice roster. So, hey, Adrian Killins is on that practice squad. Along with Prince Tega, some of these people that we did expect to maybe push some kind of a role for the team, they did make the practice squad. But at the same time, I'm looking at this 53-man roster, and we look a little light in some areas, especially after some of these moves today. I don't know what's going on. Releasing Trayvon LeBlanc, now we only got 4 cornerbacks? Oh, no, that don't make no kind of sense. So I'm expecting moves definitely to happen in that regard alone. But as I'm looking at this 53 right now, the roster's looking a little light to me. So I think they still got some moves to make. And, that's how I'm feeling with it. But we about to strap it up in like less than, how many days is it? We got what's today, the 6th? We got about
next
7
week.
days? Oh, my goodness. Oh, a week and it's on. So, I know everybody in here is excited for this season that's about to kick off. So, look, without further ado, let me go jump into this first question here again, because I appreciate my guy throwing this roster. But let's talk about what are the biggest surprises from this 53-man roster. Y'all let me know, fellas. Somebody kick this off because I got a surprise, and y'all go and warm it up.
You got it, Season?
So the 53-man roster, I got to think about this. There's a whole roster on this. My surprising take is I want to see, the starting, team week 1 because I don't know who's, especially the linebacker position, and with re-signing Craig James, that definitely, cut, Rasul Douglas and Sidney Jones. I think we should have given up on them a little earlier than, we continued with them. But my surprises from the 53-man roster was the Philadelphia Eagles keeping Jordan Mailata. I expected him to be cut, and I expected, Chris Tega to stay, and also, cutting Sharif Miller, a player that I thought would have, at least, have a chance to make this roster, even as not, having 407 pass, what's it called again, it's called, never mind, I don't know, but he didn't allow a sack. He allowed only one sack. He allowed only one sack. I thought he would be great. I thought him and Jack Driscoll playing at Auburn, coming out here to the Philadelphia Eagles, can have something for the long run because our offensive linemen, we have a good offensive line, but we don't have the the age of the offensive line. This could be Jason Kelsey's last year. Brandon Brooks, he's getting up there. He's getting old. And Lane Johnson, he's an all-pro. He's definitely a great player, but his injuries continue to riddle up. And Jason Peters, I think, is gonna leave the. I think Jason Peters is gonna retire after this season. That's what I think.
Hey, I said, you want me to kick this one off next, man? Let me tell you who my surprise is real quick. And then, of course, we're going to let, my guy Hunter go ahead and break down his biggest surprise. But my biggest surprise right now, of course, hey, and we're going to talk about this new addition to this running back group that we had, right? But I'm not really a fan of, or I'm surprised by us only keeping 3 running backs at that time. Now, I get, we just signed today, I believe, what is it, Jason Hunley? Is that his name? Yep. Okay, so from New Mexico State, hey, listen, the man has electric speed also. The way from what I'm seeing, I believe he's like 5'9", 190 something, close to 200. So, hey, I see and I understand the I guess the difference why they may have gotten him versus keeping somebody like Killens or potentially Holyfield, maybe as a combination of both. But at the same time, I'm still a little shocked and I am confused about us even, coming out with a 3-man running back possibility, way of going about things. I don't think that's going to work. I also got another, epiphany about our tight ends, because our tight ends, I'm going to tell y'all right now, 2 tight ends is not going to cut it for the duration of this season. So I definitely want to see something there. But at the same time, look, we're going to have to figure it out as we go, because we already released, I think, was it Noah to Guy? We try to hopefully let him clear waivers, but I believe he got signed. So we got to see what we're going to do at that position. But if I was definitely surprised, I would say that running back group, at least until today when they signed Jason Hunley. But at the same time, look, our tight ends only going in with 2, that is concerning. That's a surprise to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the notion, to your point with the tight ends, man. I mean, Togi, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he was one of the big concerns with him was his blocking ability coming into camp. And apparently he proved that from all the reporters. They were saying, his blocking's been encouraging, and that's what we thought was going to be his biggest weakness. And now, you run the risk with him going to waivers, and now, you have Caleb Wilson, who was cut from the practice squad last year on a different team, I think. Yeah, so that was interesting for me. I mean, not the biggest surprise, but Casey Tuchel making the roster, man. I mean, he really worked hard during camp this year. I wasn't surprised he made it per se. Because of how he played, I would say I was more surprised that, how he swallowed his pride and realized the 4th round pick was Sharif Miller last year. Maybe Tuchel outperformed him. Still keep Miller around. Did Miller make the practice squad?
They cut him, but I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay,
yeah,
but just
just
like the decision making with being able to keep a guy like Tuchel who really worked hard. I was thinking maybe Osman would have made it over Avery, because Avery wasn't doing too well this camp so far apparently, and that trade's not looking too good when you give up a middle round pick for a guy who doesn't play much. But then the safeties, like I was talking about earlier, was pretty surprising to me, because I thought Arnold was going to have a shot at this team when Will Parks went down. I was like, what? Arnold's opening, and then they keep Marcus Epps, who, like I said earlier, was kind of just the body last year, in my opinion. Kind of like, I don't know if you guys remember Trey Sullivan from 2018, but he kind of just was the body in those 3 safety sets. He's not really doesn't have much range. He's not going to do much to make an impact on the game, in my opinion. And Rudy Ford, like I said, good speed, but more just a special teamer. So I was surprised Arnold didn't make it. I hope he's up on the roster at some point, just with the situation right now, but we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this practice roster free right now too. So yeah, go ahead, Eagle season.
I thought he was a player, Graylin Arnold. I thought he was a player that would make this roster. I thought he had the push, and I thought he had, I thought he was one of our steals, coming out of Baylor, going against, great wide receivers, I thought he would, come out here and step up and, do what he does. I thought he was going to play and perform to the right way, but I guess he didn't, perform. I didn't hear much from him in training camp. So, I can't judge him saying he was doing good. So, that's really what I see. I think Harry Roseman did what's best for this team. So, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is a business. So, yeah.
Yeah, and one quick thing with cutting LeBlanc today, if something happens with him, you have a guy like Arnold who can play corner and safety. And, maybe that alleviates the not having, 5 corners or 6 corners. But now, it's a little confusing to me.
So just to give y'all some reassurance, I'm taking a look at this practice squad here. Yes, Graylin Arnold at least made the PR squad. So one of the things to keep in mind also, and I don't necessarily know how it's going to work, but I know that they can bring up like 2 people to the active squad, I believe. That's something new this year. So I'm interested to see how that works. And I'm glad we did keep Arnold, because I do think somehow he needs to go ahead and get moved up. We're going to have to address this cornerback situation. I don't know what the solution is going to be, but going out with just 4 cornerbacks, that ain't going to work, fellas. So, I know we run certain packages. We got like our nickel, our base that we're normally in, but like for running dime and like we don't even have the equipped personnel to run the packages we need to run at this point. So, we definitely need to go ahead and find, some comparable cornerbacks. I wouldn't be shocked if they did move somebody like Graylin Arnold up. So I definitely want to see something like that, my guy. Yeah. So, hey, look, great segment on that, man. Let's go and jump to this next question here because I do want to know this one. Hold up, let me go and pull this comment up. My fault, fellas. You already know I'm over here navigating through these. But look, we already talked about, with this new addition to the practice squad. Possibly. Tell me this, fellas. Which 2 players from the practice squad might get a shot at the active roster come week 1? We know week 1's in a week, fellas. Who might get that move up possibly from the practice squad?
Yeah, so, one of the things I read about this was that one of them has to be an O-lineman. So that's one of the rules, apparently. So I don't know, maybe a guy like Luke Juriga, who they're thinking maybe is Kelsey's replacement, apparently. That's what I've been hearing. I don't know for sure, but I would think maybe Tagovailoa. I think he's a good tackle, especially if the Matt Pryor experiment doesn't work out. Maybe you can get Tagovailoa in there and put him in week 1. I think they're going to end up just running a lot of 12 personnel to kind of cover up for Pryor and run some tight ends in there just to get some blocking. But again, we only have 2 tight ends, so if one of them goes down, then what do you do with that? But outside of O-line, I was thinking it was going to be Killins week 1. Just because we only had 3 running backs, but now they added Huntley. So I'm thinking maybe it will be Arnold or maybe I don't know, maybe a D tackle like Raekwon Williams or Anthony Rush. Anthony Rush showed he can kind of clog up the middle on short yardage last year, maybe a guy like that. But probably I'm thinking it's going to probably be a defensive guy or maybe the tight end Caleb Wilson. So I don't know. It's tough to tell with all the decisions they're making. It's really hard to make a prediction at this point, but we'll see what happens with that. Maybe one of the defensive guys I mentioned, though.
Yes, sir. Let me hear your thoughts on the Eagles season.
Oh, so in my opinion, I got Elijah Holyfield making it, but it's a low chance. But the next player, Deontay Burnett, I got a high chance of him making it. Jalen Reagor injured, and if y'all didn't hear, Quez Watkins has a ankle injury. They put him on IR. So I think Deontay Burnett, he had a strong camp, and I think he could come out here and step up, and I think he could be the great wide receiver we had last season. He wasn't that great. He didn't have, the catches. He didn't have the stats, but he was still reliable, down the field and, down the field, and short fields, So I think Deontay Burnett has a high chance of making this roster, especially with Quez Watkins and Jalen Reagor injured, and especially without having Marquise Goodwin. We don't have the wide receivers, too much. We gotta trust JJ Arcega-Whiteside, a player that's questionable to have a great season. And Deshaun Jackson, you already know, he's getting up in there in age, but I still believe in Deshaun Jackson. But Greg Ward also, I don't know. Greg Ward, I think he could be our a great wide receiver for us too, But John Hightower, we'll see what happens with him. But I think Deontay Burnett and Elijah Holyfield have a high chance of making this roster by week 1.
Hey, I can't disagree with none of those thoughts, fellas. I honestly feel, look, I do know that there's areas we need to address. One of those being that cornerback position right now. So, with Graylin Arnold, I definitely have to strongly consider bringing Graylin Arnold up. There is no way we're going out this season with 4 cornerbacks. Absolutely not. No way. So I would definitely see that possibly happening. Some kind of a cornerback or somebody, in the defensive back group getting moved up. Which the only one I'm really seeing is Graylin Arnold. So, hey, look, I see him possibly making it. And then, fellas, look, y'all, I'm not getting past this O-line. I don't care what nobody says. I'm not confident in, rolling out Jordan Mailata and Matt Pryor in unknown positions. So I believe we need to bring up some depth. And look, I'm glad we at least did something with the running back group. So at least we got at least 4. So I don't know if they're really going to bring up anybody, even though I want to see my guy, Adrian Killins, because I want to see him take a touchdown to the house on kickoff. But I don't know if they're going to move him up for that. But at the same time, look, I do see them probably moving up Graylin Arnold and possibly some kind of an O tackle. Maybe Prince, somebody to fill that backup depth need. Because I haven't heard anything. Let me know, fellas. Have y'all heard anything on, I think it was Cordy Glenn?
Cordy Glenn. I think, they worked him out. He got the COVID test and everything. He's good. They're going to consider him. Maybe he's a guy you can add to the practice squad because you have that thing with you have those 6 spots where you have guys with unlimited experience. You saw Josh McCown make it today onto the practice squad, which was crazy. But they're going to quarantine him apparently, so he's going to get paid like $12,000 a week to watch the Eagles from his couch, which is a pretty sweet contract for him. But yeah, I think Cordy Glenn, they're considering him, but I would bring him in at this point right now.
Hey, good question up real quick. And we're going to pause it now. We're going to take this question real quick. So, real quick, my guy, Ryan Rowe, big salute for the question, my guy. Hey, he asked, will there be any signing or trades Hunter Doyle in Eagles season?
Hey, I'll start this off, but any signings and any trades, I don't know if there's going to be any signings and any trades, but I've heard a quote from Howie Roseman that we aren't done yet. We are not done yet. And I don't see any trades. I could see, Alshon Jeffrey, but I don't see anybody taking his contract. I've heard rumors about Alshon Jeffrey for, Ahkello Witherspoon. I think that would be a great signing, especially, with our cornerback depth. And, I think that would be a great trade. But, as for right now, I think we do not sign anybody, especially in free agency. There's nobody there. Jadeveon Clowney got taken. There's nobody out there, that I think the Philadelphia Eagles will get interested with. But I think a trade with Alshon Jeffrey in the trade, I think that could happen.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the same thing, man. I mean, we're so deep in cap space next year; it's going to be really tough to get anyone. I could see like a 1-year deal with Cordy Glenn maybe happening. If we can trade Alshon, I think Howie said that we're not looking to trade Alshon, which I honestly don't really buy for a second. I just think he's trying to cover up, the behind the scenes stuff. I don't know for sure, but if you can get rid of his contract, that would help a lot with cap space and maybe give you a few more options. But until something like that happens, I think it's just going to be, small signings like Huntley, something like Cordy Glenn for cheap, nothing too big for me.
Yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and put it out there that I do believe, we may not be getting any trades or anything happening this quick or this often, but I do believe that there might be some trade buzz. And I'm going to go and say it, and I know it's the unpopular fan pick right now, but Zach Ertz might be on that trading block before this trade deadline is over. So, hey, listen, y'all know how I feel about Zach Ertz. Hey, I understand the value that he brings to this Eagle organization, but at the same time, it's a business league, and, hey, I'm going to tell you what, right now, Zach Ertz, I guess his potential or his trade stock is at the highest right now. So if the Eagles are going to make some kind of a move, I wouldn't be shocked for it to happen at the trade deadline if we're in decent shape. Now, mind you, of course, if we're still depending on Zach Ertz and he's like our best reception person, of course, Zach Ertz ain't going nowhere. He'll have the leverage. But if Dallas Goedert comes out and he produces early, I would not be shocked for Zach Ertz to end up on a trade block. So that's my thoughts on somebody that may get traded. Again, of course, it ain't happening early because we need to see how the season rocks. But if Dallas Goedert develops and we see it early, I would not be shocked if we somehow trade Zach Ertz. As sad as that may be, that's going to be a sad day in Eagle land. I know, but hey, it's a business league and the Eagles going to make them business moves. So, hey, real quick, let me jump on back to these comments real quick. Show some love. I see I got some new people up in here. I got my guy Rock the Artist falling up in this thing. Hey, what's up, my guy? I see you. Hold up. Eagle season has landed. Deontay Burnett, we only have 4 healthy wide receivers on the roster for week 1. That's scary. I mean, I don't even know. Does anybody know what happened to Quez Watkins? I don't know what happened. I just saw him on the IR report. Like, what?
Yeah, upper body, I think. I don't know what happened.
Upper body. Okay. My guy, Cool Eagle in this thing. Big salute to you, bro. You know we kicking it, man. Rocking out some of these questions. You already know. Hey, look, my guy says, Josh McCown, good move. And the next Eagles coach? Hey, we going to see how that works. I do feel that, hey, he's going to bring some value to at least, being in that quarterback room. I definitely don't want to see him on the field. Absolutely not. We saw enough of Josh McCown in that playoff loss last year. So, hey, I'm good off Josh McCown, but he's definitely a good influence in the quarterback room. So, all about taking that. So, real quick, hold up. Another stop through. RK, sorry, late to the live. Big salute. Hey, appreciate you for stopping through. You already know we get into it. Hey, we about to kick off this next question because I need to know. Listen, we already talked that we now have a total of 4 running backs, fellas. What's your thoughts on our current running backs as of now? Mind you, again, we just made a pickup of Jason Hundley.
Well, first off, I'm wearing the B West jersey. Got to shout him out. Love that guy. Miss
Sir!
Miss B West in the city. But, Miles, I think Miles is going to have close to an MVP season. All the Instagram posts and everything he's putting out there of his workouts are just getting me amped up to watch him play. I mean, I think he's going to be kind of like a poor man's Christian McCaffrey, which is a huge compliment, honestly. That's nothing to be ashamed about at all. So I'm excited for Miles. I really think this is his year. I think he's going to see the bulk of the snaps and kind of take off. Boston Scott, great role player, going to kind of be that receiving back, in between the tackles, stuff like that. Anything happens to Miles, we saw what Boston can do last year. I think over a whole season, Boston's going to be a lot better, and I think he's going to keep improving. Unlike Donnell Pumphrey, Boston has proven he can kind of be that Darren Sproles 2.0 that we've been looking for. And then, what's up, Ryan Rowe? Just had to see the comment real quick. But then Clement, he's been looking good in camp. If he can stay healthy this year, I think he'll get some carries and kind of be like 2017 where we see that hot hand just get fed. And then Huntley, we'll see. I mean, the man can fly. You can get him into space with Dougie P's screen passes and all the gadget plays and everything he does. Maybe we see him make an impact. But, yeah, that's just my thoughts. So what do you got, Season?
In my opinion, these running backs, I trust them. I expected, another player to step up and be Holyfield or Killins, but with our running back room right now, I'm not, too confident in it, but I'm not scared in it too. I'm not scared, of our running back room, but I'm not too confident. What happens if Miles Sanders get injured? If Miles Sanders gets injured, in my opinion, I think we roll with, Corey Clement, but this running back room is really great. Miles Sanders is a great player. Boston Scott's definitely, stepped up. He's so good against the Giants. Many times during the season, he proved it last season. He's a great player. And Corey Clement, if he can come back to 2017 form, which I believe actually it could happen. He was, I think he was our third running back with Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount, and he could be our third running back here, or he could step up to the second running back. If Boston Scott doesn't play up, to hype, So I think Corey Clement comes and shows our form, of 2017, and he can come step up and do. I don't expect 1,000 yards from him, but I expect around 500 from Corey Clement.
Hey, that's a good take, brother. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, my thoughts on the current running back. Look, of course, I know, ain't nothing that's going to tell me because I got the Miles Sanders jersey, and y'all know, he's coming in MVP format. That's how he's rocking. But look, I do think that he's going to put a lot more, hey, look, Miles Sanders has to step up this year. We're counting on this man a lot this year. I'm going to tell you what, though, I don't feel comfortable, unfortunately, for having somebody like Corey Clement or Boston Scott or even Jason Hundley carry the load if, for whatever reason, if Miles has to go ahead and take some extra breather time for whatever the case may be. So, look, my thoughts on the current running back, of course, I have full confidence in Miles Sanders, but the rotation beyond that, I don't know, honestly, gang. I don't feel comfortable if any of those people had to carry a role. Oh, no, we need to go ahead and get on the phone immediately. But in a rotational for spelling Sanders, as long as all cylinders are clicking with him, hey, that could be a good look. I'm interested to see, of course, hopefully they bring up my guy, Adrian Killins, at a point, and I can see him, maybe spell Sanders or something in a scenario also. But again, we know that Miles Sanders is going to need a breather. I just don't know how confident I currently feel. Again, we know, look, Corey Clement has been battling injury. So we haven't really seen that full recovery. We've seen glimpses, but I'm just hoping that he's putting it all together this year. And Boston Scott, as electric as he was last year, hey, we need to see the consistency of that. So it looked good. We saw flashes. I'm not going to say I'm completely confident, that we can go a long spurt without Miles Sanders, because if that was the case, I'd be very concerned and I'd be wanting us to make a trade or do something. So, hey, as of right now, I feel okay about our running backs. Of course, with Miles Sanders in the league, hey, I think we're going to be all right. But at the same time, the depth behind it, I'm going to be keeping my eye out for it. That's all I'm going to say. So my guy, hey, and I'm telling you, hey, my guy already hit him with the Miles Sanders for the MVP. Yes, sir. You already know. Hey, my guy, D Biggie 86. Hey, what's good, my guys? It's been a crazy week. Yes, it has. Man, hold up. We need a bruiser back. Clement is not the bruiser back.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Completely agree. Let me know. Yeah. I understand that we need a bruiser back. And actually, I believe he just got signed also. I know a lot of people were talking about AP and, because he had just got released. Not sure. Do y'all know where he signed? I forgot where he signed. I think he went to
Jacksonville.
Jackson.
No, he went to
Detroit.
That's what it was. He went to Detroit. That's what it was. So, hey, look, I still in agreement. I do believe we still need some kind of a, power situation when Sanders potentially goes out. But again, we're going to see what kind of load Miles Sanders carries, because I think they're going to have him pretty much doing it all. So, All right, next thing we're going to jump on, fellas. Look, what's your thoughts currently, fellas, on the defensive ends that made this team?
God, season.
I already know, Brandon Graham's a lock. Derek Barnett is a lock. Other players, I think Joe Ottoman could have made this team. I think Jannard Avery wasn't a player that we should have kept, especially with the injuries, not a big injury he had in training camp, but still, I don't believe in Jannard Avery. I don't think we should have pulled off that 5th round pick on Jannard Avery. We should either trade him right now. I don't even think he would be the same trade value. I think he would come out for like a 6th round pick or something like that, But Brandon Graham and Derek Barnett are two monsters. We still haven't seen the high potential of Derek Barnett. Other players that made this roster, Josh Sweat. I really believe in Josh Sweat, man. I can't wait to see Josh Sweat this season. He definitely could take, players like, Brandon Graham's spot. And this is one of the reasons why we didn't bring in a Jadeveon Clowney and Yannick Ngakoue. That's one of the reasons why. It's maybe because of Josh Sweat. But still, I thought we could have brought in somebody like that. But still, I think they believed in Josh Sweat. He's doing a lot of stuff. I've heard one day in training camp he had around 14 sacks. He's bruising Matt Pryor and Jordan Mailata. It's just too much. He's definitely a great player. And we feel a little confident with these defensive ends. And this could be, what we had in 2017, great interior defensive linemen and great defensive ends. And we could have, making our jobs way easier. If you remember, in 2017, we had the cornerbacks were okay. We had Patrick Robertson, Jalen Mills and Ronald W. were out there. If you realize that, this season, our defensive line isn't that electric, and that's why they look like horrible corners out there, But that's exactly what I believe. If this, defensive ends can step up, they can make us, great, But we'll see. I feel confident.
Yeah, I mean, I can go next. I'll be honest, I'm a
Yeah,
little
kick
bit
that off,
worried.
my guy.
I like the interior D line, but the defensive ends worry me a little bit because this is our third D line coach in 3 years. So I mean that's not a very promising sign. And I feel like they've quietly kind of underperformed almost, where we expect them to get a lot of pressure, and sometimes it just seems like opposing QBs just have like forever in the pocket. Sometimes I don't know. There's just certain games where I'm like, we're just not getting to the quarterback at all. Or we're getting to him by the time he's thrown the ball. We're getting the QB hits up on the stats, but we're not getting any sacks. We're not bringing them down when it matters most. So, Brandon Graham, he's a leader. He's, what he is every year. He's consistent. I think, we know what we have in him, and I trust him every time. Derek Barnett, like you said, Season, man, I mean, he hasn't lived up to the first round hype, unfortunately. He's kind of been the same since the Super Bowl year. I know his Pro Football Focus grade went down to like a 50 last year, which, maybe he was slow coming off the injury, but that's concerning, especially since we picked up his 5th-year option. I don't know how that's going to work out. Josh Sweat, I'm real high on him. He was an athletic guy coming out of Florida State and had a couple injuries in college, and then, he kind of got dropped to the 4th round, and we picked him up. And, first year he was adjusting to our scheme, and then last year he played limited snaps. I thought he played well in his limited snaps too. And Avery, I talked about him, worries me a little bit. Just, I don't think he performed that well this camp. He hasn't been healthy throughout his career. We'll see what happens with that. But Tool Hill, I'm excited to see if he gets rotated in at all. And then Curry, I think, was great to bring him back, just as that rotational end, coming on passing downs every once in a while, kind of that Chris Long type of role that we needed. So I'm a little bit concerned. I feel like they're a good all-around group, but I think, it's going to come down to Fletcher Cox and the interior stepping up and being that guy we know he is, and, having a big year. And because, I feel like we don't have that like star defensive lineman right now outside of Fletch. Hargrave, I really like too. But we got to see how he does in our scheme first. It's really it'll play out. We'll see how it goes, but I think there are some question marks here, but I'd say I'm a little more confident than I am down on them.
Hey, that's a great take on that, my guy. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Like, I actually feel pretty confident in our D line. I think we're gonna be led by our defense this year. I think our defense is gonna make, it's gonna have to be our leaning horse this year, just because. Look, we understand on that line we got Fletcher Cox. Now, with the addition of Malik Jackson coming back and making that impact, I think that's gonna wreak havoc along that line. We really haven't seen, Javon Hargrave. I know he's out, but he's not, season injury out. So once he comes back, hey, I mean, that whole wave is going to be right. Now, of course, we have those ends such as, Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham. Of course, he's consistent, so we know what to expect. But we still waiting to see if, Derek Barnett's going to make that jump. Josh Sweat. Hey, look, the potential is there. I'm okay with that because we've at least seen the flashes of those things. Like, I know, honestly, Derek Barnett, okay, I know this is a tough year for him and he's under the microscope, but we've seen small flashes from Derek Barnett that lets us know he could be successful. Now, whether or not he's consistent with these things, that's what we need to see. And he needs to stay, of course, healthy, which everybody on the Philadelphia Eagles has that challenge. But again, hey, listen, if these boys can stay healthy, I think we can potentially be led by our D line this year. I really think, it starts up front. That masks a lot of things on our back end. And if we can get that right, we could potentially have a top 5 defense, in my opinion. But hold up, my guy, let's go, Birds HD. Hey, I saw you early. He was trying to get in the stream. Hey, big salute, my guy. Look, if you able to get at me on Twitter, I'll send you a stream right now, my guy. Send me the link, or make sure you get at me on Twitter, my guy. I will send you that link. You let me know, bro. Hey, so my guy says, hey, great points. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, who we bringing up here, they going to be kicking it. So y'all make sure y'all check the description links below. Hit that sub button on their channel because y'all know how they rocking. We out here kicking it, gang. So yes, sir. My guy, Vic 3. Hey, what's happening with you, my guy? Hey, you already know. Got some new content creators. Y'all know we up in this thing for the Eagle culture, and that's how we get into it. We letting these cow turds know every day. We letting these Washington trash cans know every day. These dumpster juice New York Giants, they know what it is. New creators, we out here too, and we getting to it. So big salute, my guy. Hey, so real quick, hold up. My guy said, what's my Twitter handle? Hey, so you can check me on Twitter. I'm at Notion Philly. That's what it is, bro. Hit me on that, and you got, hey, I'm telling you, I'll send you the link, bro. You already know. Hey, so real quick, let me jump back on this other topic here, because we know about, hey, the DNs that made the team, but y'all fellas need to let me know thoughts on the DBs that made the team. Who wants to kick this off? Hey, first off, for the record, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on who didn't make the team. Bye-bye, Sidney Jones. Get out of here, Rasul Douglas. Good riddance. Hey, y'all kick it off. Let me know how y'all feel.
Yeah, I mean, Darius Slay, lockdown corner, goes on an island against anyone. That allows us to play man coverage for once, which I mean, we've been playing zone for so many years because we have guys like Darby, Mills, Rasul and Sidney were playing out there at points. And, Patrick Robinson was that one consistent nickel corner. It seems like the nickel spot is always consistent and could play man, but the other spots aren't ready to. But, Darius Slay, I'm excited about him. I think with the whole group, I think it's going to be how Schwartz uses them. I think he's going to, switch guys around, different sub packages, all that. We've seen it before, but outside of him, Roby Coleman's a great slot corner. I'm excited for him. He has experience. We're playing the NFC West as some of our schedule this year. And obviously he came from the Rams. So, guys like Larry Fitzgerald, he can hold his own versus Larry in the slot. Some guys like that. Maddox, I'm a little bit worried about because I think he's more fit to be a safety at his size. I just think going up against guys like Devontae Adams and Allen Robinson, you've kind of seen him get exposed before. I think, I think he's a hard worker. I love the kid, but I think long term he's a safety in my opinion. Because what's going to happen when we're playing the Seahawks and we've got Slay. So Lockett's going to be in the slot. So if you want to put Slay on him, who's going to get Metcalf? The dude can run in a straight line. He doesn't even have much technique, but he's so physical and he's so fast. So I'm a little bit worried about Maddox. And then the safety group, McLeod worries me a little bit. I think he got fooled on some of the underneath routes last year and was a little slow coming off the injury. But I trust him. I have no doubt he's the leader of that group. After Malcolm Jenkins left, I'm loving him being there. Parks is going to be a great piece once he comes back, playing in the box, playing slot corner, playing back deep at safety. Mills is a little concerning. He's a good tackler, so he can play in the box too, but we just don't know what he is at safety, And he hasn't had, the COVID, he doesn't have a full offseason to even train there, and he's on a 1-year deal. That's tough. You're asking a lot of Mills to transition. I'm personally not even a big Mills fan, but in his defense, that's a tough task. And then Kayvon Wallace, I think, he's a guy who can move around a lot. I think he's going to have a role in his first year, kind of like Maddox did his first year. And then Craig James, good special teamer, but he made the one play last year against Green Bay, and then, he had to start against Minnesota. If something happens, I don't want him on the field as the next outside corner. I don't like that at all. I don't feel good about that. So I'm hoping LeBlanc gets re-signed tomorrow so we can at least have even though LeBlanc's more in the slot, I'd rather have him on the outside than Craig James. So that's just my thoughts on most of the DBs. But what do you guys think?
Totally agree. I think Philadelphia Eagles carrying 4 defensive backs really worries me, especially with the injuries. Anybody can get claimed, but still we have the practice squad. But releasing Kayvon LeBlanc scares me too. Releasing him is very, scary. He can get claimed any day right now. I don't know if he's gonna get cleared waivers, but he can get claimed right now. But we'll see what happens with Kayvon LeBlanc. Darius Slay, as you said, Hunter, he's definitely a great player. He's definitely a great player. We can have him as man coverage. He's used to these Devontae Adams which we're playing this season. He's used to playing with people like Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen, playing in one of the hardest divisions with wide receivers. Having Devontae Adams, having Stephon Diggs, and having Allen Robinson in that division, and coming up when we do not have the wide receivers. We're not just gonna worry about the NFC East, but we don't have the wide receivers that are the step up that can play like him. But still, I think Amari Cooper is a great player. But we saw what happened. Darius Slay locked up Amari Cooper, locked up. He got him. Locked up. Terry McLaurin. Washington fans saying that he's gonna dust Slay, man. Just we'll see. We'll see. Nothing new with the rival fans. But still. People saying Darius Slay ain't gonna dust Darius Slay, man. That's definitely not gonna happen. But still, I'm very confident. I think Nickel Robey-Coleman is one of the best, corners at his position, slot corner. But he's a great player. He's gonna make a difference on this roster, especially having our first great slot corner since Patrick Robertson. No offense to Craven LeBlanc, but still, I think this is definitely going to have a big difference in our roster. He's definitely going to play great. He's probably going to have to go against CeeDee Lamb and other players like that. But this is so great, But still, Avonte Maddox, as you say, he worries me a lot. But, I think it is what it is. I think we're going to have to roll with him anyway. We don't have anybody playing at that position. I thought Sidney Jones, his height was, if he could, let us know what he was going to do. And if he didn't get us hyped up like that, I wouldn't have been this mad. But still, we'll see what he's gonna do. I thought he was gonna step up. I think him playing at the cornerback position was gonna be really great. Especially with his size. He has the speed. He has the size. He has the athleticism. But I think it is what it is. At the end of the day, he didn't step up for us. But we had to cut him. So I think Avonte Maddox was the player to roll with for sure, in my opinion.
Man, now, hey, listen, I'm gonna put my thoughts out here on the DBs, and I feel, hey, y'all already know how I feel. Look, first off, it's light again. Like as far as the cornerbacks, that's my biggest red flag right now. We only got possibly 4 out there, and I think for safeties, correct me if I'm wrong, it might be, is it 5 safeties? I'll have to double check that.
6. Once Parks goes on IR, it'll probably be 5. But
okay. Yeah. So. I mean, that's the biggest thing right now is it does look a little light, but at the same time, gang, like I'm looking at it like this. Okay, of course we got concerns with Avonte Maddox, right? Like, okay, we all know his size and stature. That's a concern because we ain't trying to see him matched up, with these big number 1 receivers. But it's probably going to happen, especially out there on the field, if they're moving people around. Because I don't know if they're going to have, Darius Slay just blanket somebody the whole game, which we got to see how Jim Schwartz is going to call the scheme. But at the same time, look, I know that Avonte Maddox has heart, and I do like the way he plays. Honestly, at the same time, I'm just thinking here, when have we really, had a great cornerback? I mean, the days since like Sante Samuel, and what's the stature of Sante Samuel? I believe he wasn't no big, I have to check his weight stature, but it was probably somewhere not probably far off from Avonte Maddox. So if Avonte can get that little, that ball hawk ability that Sante had, because he has the breakaway speed, hey, look, we might have a young, promising cornerback in the wings. But right now, I'm going to tell you, look, the way our cornerback situation has been over the years doesn't make me too feel confident in this position, honestly, until I see it out there on the field. Again, and this is no knock, and I don't even want to say the name because I don't want there to be no correlation. But I had, one of my opponent friends, all right, a friend rival of one of the Dallas Cow Turds, of course, they had to bring up the correlation between us getting Nnamdi Asomugha, right? Okay, that was a complete misery fail. We know that was garbage, but at the same time, I'm not putting Darius no kind of near that. But at the same time, I have to acknowledge that, yes, we have some challenges drafting cornerbacks. So hold up. I just gotta, my guy in the backstage, sorry to hit the pause. Hold up. My guy, Byshir in this thing. What's up, bro? Hey, look, it's all good. Hey, we over here kicking it, man. We over here talking about these thoughts on the defensive backs that made the team, my guy. So y'all already know. Hey, look, I'm gonna let you just go and quickly introduce before I get back on this topic because I know my guy's in here. But salute to my guy, Byshir. Check the link in the descriptions below because y'all know how we rocking. Go and let him know where to find you at, my guy.
Oh, yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, bro? Listen, man, I appreciate y'all, man. This is the thing I wanted to been do, but I had so much going on today, bro. I forgot to even check my phone and stuff, man. So when I finally got the
It's good.
notification, I had to hop on. But you know what I'm saying? What's up, everybody? Byshir Randall back at it again. You girls, you know me, know you grow. Listen, man. Come on, bro. Young kid with the camera, bro. So for real,
Indeed. Hey,
listen,
appreciate you for coming through this thing, my guy. Look, again, I'm going to get back onto my topic real quick. I'm over here talking about pretty much my thoughts of the defensive backs that made the team. And again, I'm a little concerned about how light we are. And I do understand that, hey, Eagle history, we ain't had the best drafting cornerbacks or, picking up cornerbacks in free agency. So I'm not going to lie, until I see it be officially locked down. I mean, we just got rid of our top leader in the backfield and Malcolm Jenkins. So until I see somebody actually step up and take that grasp on that, I mean, yes, I'm glad we got bodies out there, but at the same time, I want to see the impact. I want to see it happen. Again, we know Darius Slay. Look, he was successful in Detroit. Now he's an Eagle. So, of course, we hope that he brings that same success over. But at the same time, we need somebody to solidify, those outside cornerback spots and the safety spot. So I'm just, look, I'm going to say I'm comfortable, but I'm not completely confident. Let's go and put it like that.
Yeah, I don't know what how
But hold
going,
up.
bro.
Can y'all hear
He
me?
let go LeBlanc.
You said, oh, yeah, the LeBlanc issue, bro. I don't know why. It don't make no kind of sense to me, my guy. So hold on. I'm going to jump to these comments real quick. Hold on, give me a minute because I see some guys up in here. And I see my guy. Hey, hold on. He had a question for us. Let me get back to his question real quick. All right. So real quick, my guy, Jalen Williams, shout out, big salute. Hey, look, I think my guy Eagle Season had to jump off real quick, so he might be back. Hey, appreciate him for stopping through this thing. But once everybody gets healthy, hey, who's leaving the roster?
It's tough, man. It's tough with the wide receiver situation with Rager because I'm guessing they're talking about putting him on IR, I think.
Yes, sir.
I like the guys we have, man. I really, Alshon's obviously, there's questions about him, but I mean, I like Watkins. I like Hightower. I'm not really a fan of one of them getting cut, or getting sent to the practice squad, but we'll see what happens with that. I really hope we can keep all those guys. As far as Will Parks goes, it's got to be either Epps or Ford. I mean, I think it's probably going to end up, I don't know. It's tough to tell because Epps is going to play in the 3 safety sets. We talked about that. Ford, they like him as a gunner with Craig James on special teams. That's what it was all last year. But whichever one they value least, I think is going to be whichever one that gets cut. It's hard to tell with that. The Eagles, for some reason, think special teams versatility is a huge deal. I mean, keeping Craig James over some of the guys they did. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully not one of the wide receivers. Could be one of them, though. And then probably, in my opinion, either Ford or Epps is going to get cut.
Yeah, because once Will come back, I think Epps will get cut. I think if what's the dude we cut that guy got waived today. He actually got picked up by the Panthers. Sharif Miller, that's his name, right?
Oh, Sharif, yep.
Yeah, when Sharif Miller I feel as though the reason why Joe Osman get cut?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe Osman got cut.
Joe Osman, Sharif Miller, all those dudes, they got cut because Josh Sweat. But if Derek Barnett get hurt again, I feel like one of them dudes like Joe Osman. I don't think Joe Osman got claimed by anybody. I think Joe Osman could possibly be a starter if Derek Barnett get hurt. So, I mean, for the most part, most people we lost like Brandon Brooks, Dillard. You know what I'm saying? Who else we lost? Will Parks and Rager. Most of those guys like Dillard and Brooks, they the only 2 guys out for the season. You know what I'm saying, but it was interesting. They put Brandon Brooks on PUP, saying that he might have a chance to play. I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, I don't know. That was just crazy to me. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
man.
Blue.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I don't know if we're gonna make any, I guess the question was, I believe he asked if, once everybody kind of gets healthy, who's gonna get released or who's gonna be out of here. Look, once Alshon comes back to this roster spot, them safety spots or them extra additional, like, I don't know about like Marcus Epps and Rudy Ford. I think those potentially might be the first two that might be, possibly let go to make a roster spot. But we gonna see how that rocks. I honestly don't know, but we gonna see how that rocks. But hold on one second, my guy. Let me get on to this next because I like this question here my guy came up with because it's a realistic question and we about to get to it. So listen, is Howie's drafting ability a big concern? Y'all let me know in these comments too. Hey, what's your thoughts on Howie Roseman and is his drafting ability a big concern? Y'all let me know.
Yeah, it's season.
All right, I'll start this off. Shout out to whoever made this question. For sure, Howie's drafting ability, drafting people in the trenches, is definitely not concerning to me. But drafting, skill players is definitely concerning to me. Especially drafting Donnell Pumphrey. He was the only bust out of that entire draft that we drafted. I think drafting our wide receivers, especially with going Nelson Aguilar and Derek Barnett when we had TJ Watt on the board. I think we had other players, and I think Howie's, drafting is definitely concerning me. I know he's definitely a great cap situation guy. He's definitely a great free agency guy, but I think his drafting needs to get better. That's why we don't have a lot of young stars on this roster. But we still have some great players. But all of our players are mostly veterans that are stars on this team. But still his drafted players are still good. Most of our players that we did get, it's either trade or signing. But we still have some players that we did draft, and how he's drafting is definitely is definitely big concerning to me. Next,
Yeah,
Hey,
we're
real
not
quick.
wrong about you.
No, I want y'all to kick that off real quick. Yeah, I want to hear y'all's thoughts on this Howie situation. But real quick, you already know victory. Hey, Killen's making this practice squad. I believe he's going to find a way to make this roster, brother. He's going to have a touchdown return at some point this year. Go count on him, my guy. You already know. Bold prediction.
Black.
Yes, sir. But gotta kick that off, man. How do you feel about Howie's drafting concern? Is that a concern to anybody?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. All those guys we won the Super Bowl with were Chip Kelly guys like Aguilar, Ertz. I think the Howie draft Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lane, I'm saying, who else did like Jordan Hicks? Like all those dudes that Chip Kelly drafted was the all guys we won the Super Bowl with. Only person I honestly can say that he actually drafted the reason why I won the Super Bowl was Wentz. Even I knew this man was horrible at drafting. Once I seen this man go, what round was we in? I think it was. I'm trying to think. Sidney Jones, we got him in what, the second round, right? Second or third?
Yeah, second round.
I see him.
Yep.
I knew he was horrible at drafting once he passed up on Alvin Kamara. I said, you know what? He don't know what he's doing. Hey, he don't know what he's doing. I'm like, this doesn't even make no sense. Alvin Kamara was right there. Dalvin Cook was dropping. Joe Mixon was dropping. Like all these people was dropping. Who else was in that draft that year?
Whoa.
So many people was dropping, and he passed up. He passed up on them to get Sidney Jones. I'm like, you know what? This man, he don't know. Literally, bro. Look, who was the best pick in 2017? Because the first 3 rounds, 2 of them off the team. Derek Barnett. We can't even say he's a good player for a first round pick because he didn't prove anything. So there's nothing like you can say. So I mean, how we do need to get better at drafting. I mean, I could say this though. If he didn't draft Wentz, we wouldn't have a Super Bowl. That's probably the only thing I'd probably give him. But other than that, bro, how we can't draft?
Yeah, I mean, kind of said it all about Byshir. I mean, the 2017 draft, man, is just it's disgusting looking back on it. I mean, thinking that Nate Gary is one of the guys left from that. I mean, Gary's good in pass coverage, which is what you expect from a former safety, but the dude can't tackle. I mean, I can't count the amount of times I saw him miss tackles last year, miss wrapping guys up. You're expecting him to bring down a guy like Zeke Elliott. That's not how it works, And, Sidney Jones and Rasul just got cut. He had to part ways with them. Like you said, Alvin Kamara was there. Other guys were there that they could have gotten. And Barnett's not proven. We were talking about that earlier. Like, he kind of has had the same production since he's been here. And just really the technique hasn't looked much better. They were talking about him getting more pass rush moves when he came into the league. It's kind of looked the same. We've seen flashes, but we haven't seen the consistency. And, you draft Mac Hollins and Shelton Gibson in that draft. I know, like 4th, 5th round, you're not probably not going to get a great guy. But then, because of the way he's drafted, you have Mac Hollins starting once all these guys go out this past season. And, last year, I think J-Jaw, I'm a little more optimistic for him this season. I think I'm buying into the Arcega-Whiteside hype a little bit. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen, but that's a question. He hit on Sanders, obviously, but you have Clayton Thorson in the 5th round, and you didn't even make it through training camp. And then you have to draft Jalen Hurts this year for whatever reason. It's just some of these. It just doesn't really add up. At the end of the day, some of these, the bad outweighs the good for me, and I think 1 to 2 decent drafts doesn't really outweigh like 3 to 4 atrocious ones. So we'll see what happens, but.
Yeah, man. Like I was recently listening to what's it yesterday when all like Fresh and them they got the live stream, and at the end they said they want to do like a new challenge, like the 10 best things how we did like drafting or like since he's been here, and I'm thinking about like the 10 best things he did, and I really could just say one of the things he did was really fire Chip Kelly, because if we would have had Chip Kelly, I'm saying, listen, this is my thing. When Chip Kelly came here, there was this Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick, Jeremy, and all those guys, bro. That was actually a good team. They just didn't get nothing done. Had they got stuff done, I feel as though they probably would have been a good team. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no success. That was really much more so it. But I mean, it is what it is. Howie Roseman got to get better in a lot of aspects. Wait, who did we get in 2018? Was that Miles Sanders and them?
In 18?
Dallas Goedert, Josh Sweat, and a couple other guys, I think.
Did we get Barnett? Did we get Barnett that year?
No, we got Barnett 17.
Year before 17, that's right.
But look at last year. You had DK Metcalf right there. What about that? Like, he don't know what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Listen, I understand. Look, I feel so sick right now because I was talking to a Texans fan. You know the boy Titus Howard, the one that was dropping to us? We actually moved up to get Dillard. Dillard didn't play. Yeah. He didn't start for us yet. Dillard started like a couple games, but Titus Howard is really actually good. I didn't know that. I'm looking at some practice tape on Titus Howard. He out there being a started left tackle. Dillard's on IR. We moved up to get this man. I'm like, you know what, man? How we don't know what he's doing, bro? All that hype stuff, bro. I don't like that. And he always pick guys that's not proven. Like, I don't know.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all. Let me go and put my thoughts real quick on Howie, man. Just because, honestly, I'm not going to put it completely on, look, I do have some concerns about Howie's drafting ability. Now, my concerns with Howie's drafting ability is him doing it alone or, kind of with him kind of controlling the things. Everybody, don't forget the unsung hero in all of this. I think we had a pretty impressive draft when we had, what's that boy, Joe Douglas, that went to the New York Jets. Hey, when Howie and that man were working together, for whatever reason, it seemed like things were clicking. But, now that Joe's kind of moved on, it's kind of back to the Howie show. So I put a lot of, the draft credit, kind of them both kind of working together. I think Howie works good with people that he has those connections with. And I believe that Joe Douglas was that guy. Now, I honestly don't even know who is it now, but I don't know if it's, if Howie's kind of doing the shows on his own or what the plan is. But I see Howie having that connection when he's working with, or if he has that, I guess, that connection with that person. Hey, Joe Douglas was that guy. Of course, Chip Kelly, of course, we gave the power to Chip Kelly. That was complete misery. But when he has that person that he works great with, hence Joe Douglas, but now he's gone. Hey, I want to see how he kind of does with his own drafting skill, but there's some questions out there. We've had some misses, and those have been clearly evident. Sidney Jones, Rasul Douglas, things of those things. So, hey, I'm definitely concerned about how we kind of drafting in his solo sense, but we need to get him, a resource similar to somebody like Joe Douglas so they can collaborate their minds together and represent these good drafts that we do have.
I'm not saying that it's wrong for you to work together when you draft, but I feel as though if you know how to evaluate talent, you really shouldn't need no help. Because think about it, Chip Kelly, who did he have help him? Chip Kelly got us Jordan Hicks, Nelson Aguilar. He got us Lane Johnson, Zach Ertz. All those are Chip picks. All those are Chip Kelly picks. You know what I'm saying? All those guys helped us get to the Super Bowl. Wentz was the only Howie pick. Who else was a Howie pick? Miles Sanders, JJ, I think a Whiteside. Well, look how JJ turned out. You know what I'm saying? like for real. Look how JJ turned out. Look how Derek Barnett turned out. Look how what's the dude that we drafted that wasn't even on the team no more? Is it his name Mac Hollins?
Yeah, Mac Hollins. Yeah.
Look at Mac, where he's at. Nowhere. But I think he's on the Dolphins. If I'm not mistaken. But you know what I'm saying? Like how we really do need some help evaluating talent. I'm not sure if that's really relevant his weaknesses. And a lot of people have different weaknesses. How we strong to is that he good with money. You know what I'm saying? But it's just still to the fact that look at Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones 137 years old, bro. When he in that room, Jerry Jones have his son or his grandson helping him when he's, you know what I'm saying, doing the draft picks. So like you said, if it's a way for somebody, to help him, I would consider that, bro. Because he's just gonna keep messing up our franchise. You know what I'm saying? I can't have that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with it, fellas. Again, I do got some questions in his evaluating talent. Again, I think when Joe Douglas was there, hey, look, he did that role of evaluating the talent. Hey, we gonna see how it works. Real quick, let me jump to this next question because I do want to get y'all's thoughts. We know he was a bust last year, complete bust, but y'all let me know, what do you expect or what should we expect from J Jaw in 2020 this year, fellas?
I can go first on this one. I mean, I think we're probably going to see him in, obviously he's going to play the X. Last year they tried to play him at the Y and the Z, and that was bad. that went real bad. I mean, and you have Rager come into camp and they cross train him at multiple positions, and he's fine. He doesn't have a problem with it. He picks up real quickly. That's real concerning to me that JJ couldn't pick it up last year. Like you said, Byshir, I mean, they passed up on. Not only did they pass up on Metcalf, Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin, Darius Slayton, all these other guys.
Terry McLaurin was right there. I remember.
Yeah.
That.
Miko Hardman went one pick before him too. I mean, you've got all these guys in one of it, like really deep receiver class. I like the picks we made this year and an even deeper receiver class. But I think JJ may be a guy who comes in every once in a while, moves the chains. Kind of like last year, he has that, like the 10 catches he did have in the season last year. 10 catches he did have were really nice. I got to give him that. But again, 10 catches is 10 catches. DK Metcalf in the wild card game outperformed his entire season, which is embarrassing. I mean, I think he's a guy who comes in situational roles, kind of like Mac Hollins did the Super Bowl year as like the fourth, fifth guy. But honestly, I mean, I like how Tyron Watkins over him at this point. I mean, I think they're gonna. I think Hightower could be possibly more impactful, but I think just because he's a second round pick, they don't want to give up on him, and they're going to give him another shot this year.
Yeah, but did we have a chance to get Tyreek Hill or something like that? We had a chance to get Tyreek Hill when we was drafting. That's how I know he don't know what he's doing. How we really don't know what he's doing. But I expect JJ to actually start week 1.
Yeah.
I think JJ. Bring back Shrek. Listen,
yeah.
Bro, you gotta come back, man. Listen, I expect JJ to start week 1. I expect Deshaun and Ward, but I actually think if JJ, if he ball out week 1, I think going into week 2, even though Rhaegar will start, they're gonna have to find a way to allow other guys to get some playing time because I feel like though all the receivers that we have on our roster can start somewhere else. All those dudes are actually pretty good. So they're going to have to find a way to get a lot of people some playing time. But it's all about what teams are going up against. It's also about who has the most chemistry with Carson Wentz. A lot of stuff going to stuff like that. So what I expect from JJ is, I expect him to start week 1. I expect JJ to have possibly around 30 to 40 catches or 20 to 30 catches. No, possibly 30 to 40 catches off the year. And I possibly have JJ giving us probably 300 to 400 yards and possibly 5 touchdowns.
That's a good little breakdown. I'll give you my quick breakdown on JJ real quick, just because I do think, hey, look, I think with Alshon being out for a little bit, this is going to be the perfect time for JJ to shine. Now, look, we know of his disappointing season last year, so of course improvement is expected. So how much improvement would, I guess is the big question. I see him potentially getting, close to, I'm at least 500 yards, in my opinion, receiving. I want to see something from JJ this year. I do. I believe that he has the ability. His thing, I think, last year, what had him on a downside was him trying to put the mental aspect of the game together. I get it. When you're out there trying to, perfect your route running, also learning the playbook, trying to build the chemistry with the quarterback, there's a lot of things that's going on. And I think it was going at full speed for JJ last year. I hope it's slowed down for him this year because, yes, I expect for some productivity from JJ this year. I'm talking at least 500 receiving yards and at least, like you said, Byshir, I'm going to go with at least 5 touchdowns. Right. I want to see that from JJ. So, hey, the opportunity's there for him. Again, we passed on the likes of DJ Metcalf, and that game made me sick to my stomach last year watching DK light us up in the playoffs when we got JJ averaging straight garbage. So, yeah, I do expect for JJ to go and step up this year, and I'm looking at least 500 yards, at least 5 touchdowns from JJ at the minimum this year.
My quick take is I believe J.J. Arcega-Whiteside will have around 7 to 6 touchdowns, especially with Quez Watkins' injury and Jalen Reagor also, I think him and John Hightower both of them have the chance of being the next Alshon Jeffrey for the Philadelphia Eagles, I just think that if we drafted DK Metcalf, it was upset to see DK Metcalf, I knew Terry McLaurin was going to be a great player. I've watched Ohio State play, one of my favorite colleges to watch, definitely a great college, playing with Dwayne Haskins also, definitely a great college. But, still I think J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has time to step up. I think this could be, I don't know how he's giving these rookies so much time to, stay on the team. Mac Hollins had so much time to stay on the team. Rasul Douglas, we all saw what Rasul Douglas is doing. He's going to definitely continue to get burned. What's the point? Sidney Jones also, I don't know about Sidney Jones, but he's not really a burnt type of player. But, I think we could have, let him go. But, these players that we keep on drafting high continue to become bust. And we keep on holding on to them for a really long time, But in my opinion, I expect, around 500, 600 yards, around 30, 40 catches, and, around 40, 50 catches and something like 6 to 7 touchdowns,
But hold on though, bro. I can't blame that on Rasul Douglas because this is my thing though, bro. Like, and this goes from like, what? Hey, relax. It's okay, relax. When we had what's McCall? We still have Jim Schwartz, but who was our other defensive back coach before Marquand Manuel?
Corey Unlin.
Corey Unlin?
Yeah. Corey Unlin, right. When you see a guy who's slow at a position, right, but he's big and better at another one, you should be able to switch his around. Rasul Douglas is safety. Bro, he got picked up by the Panthers. How much you want to bet when they go on defense, bro, he's going to be at safety, bro? How much you want to bet? And if he has safety, true. Bro, he could be a good safety, bro. He's slow, but he got good vision. He's tall. You know what I'm saying? He actually a good safety. So I feel as though the reason why Rasul Douglas had a minor setback here is because they won't put him at a position that's actually beneficial to him. Had that happened, Rasul Douglas would have been on his roster still. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that goes back to guys don't know how to evaluate their talent. They're like the Sixers, but we ain't gonna get into the Sixers because
it's all right, bro. They suffered the same fate as my Nets. It's all right.
Yeah.
But we getting a chip next year. Let's go, Brooklyn. But anyways, Hey, look here. All right. So check this out. Next question I want to get to him real quick. Actually, since we had a good little point here, and we probably gonna rock for maybe I'd say maybe like another 30 at the most, gang. So hey, y'all make sure y'all check these fellas out below. I've dropped it all in the links, so y'all make sure y'all check it out. But real quick, I know, hey, I done got some comments in the box. They're trying to see what some of the new faces on here is real quick. So real quick, hey, y'all already know. Hold up, I'm gonna give y'all the new on here. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my camera right. All right. So go ahead, my guy, with the Philly Insider Podcast. Let them know where to find you at, because some people are seeing some new faces in the stream and they liking the content, my guy. Let them know where to find you at.
Appreciate that notion. Go check below, link below. My buddy in the comments just commented he didn't know JJ was on the field last year in terms of our Ortega-Whiteside. So appreciate my buddy watching, but go check us out in the link below. We do a lot of NFL stuff. We're going to be doing a bunch of Eagle stuff, pregame, postgame this year. 53-man roster stuff, hopefully. And check out my link. Once you get to the channel, check out my link. I do some articles for InsideTheEagles.com. So appreciate you guys.
Yes,
check out these
sir.
guys.
And then also, in case y'all didn't know, y'all know we got Eagle season in this thing. Let them know where to find you at, my guy.
Shout out to y'all, man. Make sure you check out the link for all these 3 channels, man. Appreciate the Philly Insider Podcast for starting this up, man. This is definitely something that's going to continue to happen with the season and within 7 days for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I'm definitely excited, man. Just check the link in the description box, for sure, man. I'm definitely going to continue to push some Eagles content out there with all of us, and it's definitely going to continue to grow,
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then, of course, my guy, Byshir Randall. Let him know where to find you at, my guy.
Yo, the season really is 7 days away. Yo, that's crazy. I just peeped that. Oh, shit.
Man, what?
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, what's up, everybody? Listen, man, you can check me out, Byshir Randall. That's my name. BYSHIR, Randall as in Cunningham, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just a kid with a camera. My perspective, my takes. That's all, man. Appreciate these guys, man. All these guys, go check them out, man. All these guys, good YouTubers, man. I've been listening. I've been checking out the Philly Insider Podcast. His Bucks video. Listen, man. Listen. All I'm saying is this, though. The Bucks not gonna do nothing, in my opinion. But that's just it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Good stuff, my guy. Yes, sir. So y'all already
Clowney,
know.
Man, Clowney went to the Titans.
Yes, he did, my guy. I don't know how he went to the Titans on him. But, hey, it's all good, man. Look, I'm glad we didn't, I want to see what Josh Sweat going to do. That's all I'm going to say. I believe in Josh Sweat, so I'm really interested to see that. And y'all already know, listen, this is how we kicking it. We bringing people on. Hey, I see my guy real quick. Let me go and drop this on here, too, because hey, another content creator. Y'all go check my guy out. But, hey, you already know we going to get you rocking, too, Biggie. Hey, you already know, my guy. So, hey, y'all already know. If you new to this ride, y'all know what to do. Go hit that subscribe and activate that notification bell just so y'all live with all the Notion vibes, because y'all know how we rocking. So before we get out of here, we're going to rock through a few more of these questions again, gang, and then we're going to head up out of here because I know, hey, look, everybody getting hungry. It's about time to eat, just like we about to eat during this season. Y'all know how we rock it. But, hey, real quick, I want y'all to stop. Let me know, hey, who's a breakout star candidate? Let me know, gang. Who's somebody on our team that you think is going to have that breakout year?
I don't know.
You want to kick it off, Byshir?
Who's a breakout? Oh, for our team or like for the league?
Yeah, so anybody, my apologies, on our team. Y'all already know.
Okay.
On the great team, brother. Y'all know where we at. You know what this.
Who's a breakout star candidate? What? All right, get out. I didn't do nothing.
You can ever. Hey, listen, I'm gonna kick it off. Don't even trip. I think that boy. Hey, listen. I think Miles Sanders is about to have that breakout year. I'm just saying. I think he's primed for it. The way the workload is looking like it's gonna be on his back, that man could be primed for a breakout year this year. Hey, I'm looking for it. He broke out kind of last year when he was given that opportunity. So I think this year, hey, with him being the unsolidified number 1 running back, It's breakout MVP possibility time, gang. Y'all already know.
My fault. That's my mom.
Oh, no, you good, Byshir. You already know. What's good, man?
You know, I got Miles Sanders. I feel like though Miles Sanders, man, listen, he had 1,300 total last year. I think he had like 800 on the ground, like around like 5 some in the air. If Miles Sanders played a full 16, Miles Sanders would have had 1,000 yards last year. Easy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this year Miles can have a little over 1,000. He probably can have like 1,100, probably 12. So if Miles Sanders do his thing and ball out, Miles Sanders can easily be an MVP this year. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it still falls on the breaks of Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is about to have a historical season again. You know what I'm saying? Carson Wentz about to get that. Listen, people understand Carson Wentz could possibly throw for 4,000 yards again. You know what I'm saying? And possibly have like 30 plus touchdowns or probably like almost 40 touchdowns. Like people don't understand, but my breakout star is Miles Sanders.
Digging it, bro. Let me hear what you got. What's my guy with the Philly Insider? Let me know who's having that breakout. Let me know my guy.
Notion, you hinted at it earlier, man. I'm big on Goddard this year. You know, I think we saw improvement from him last year. I think, you know, at receiver, you got all this speed that's going to take attention deep. Teams are going to have to play too deep a lot of the time, in my opinion. And then you got Sanders underneath you got to worry about. I think the tight ends are going to feast in the middle. And Ertz is probably going to get more attention from the defense. That leaves a lot of open room for Goddard to work with. You know, Goddard's good at faking a block and then breaking off it into tight end screens, stuff like that, man. You know, you were talking about it's going to be tough to pay Ertz. And Goddard, if he continues to progress this way, you know, I know Ertz is an amazing route runner. He reads zone defenses really well. I think, you know, if you can get Goddard to just route run a little better and recognize those coverages a little bit better with his physicality and, you know, not going down too much, you know, shout out to him that pass interference against the Cowboys 2 years ago that they called on him was not an offensive pass interference. But, you know, I'm going to go with Dallas Goedert this year. I'm excited for him.
Good one. Yes, sir. And I'm not sure, Eagle season, did you give your take? Who is your breakout player for this Philadelphia Eagle team?
You know, what I think about it, you know, first of all, shout out to Al Kabir, the analyst, man. Definitely go check him out.
Oh, yeah, that's my guy. Yes,
I gotta
sir.
go. Yes, I gotta go.
That's my
Jalen
guy.
Mills, man. Jalen Mills, you know, a great player. And I think if he can be the player he was at LSU, I know he was a 7th round pick, one of the players that, you know, he's not, you know, a boom, but he's still, you know, he was a player that I think how he hit, you know, he drafted him and he drafted the player the right way, you know. I think Jalen Mills has the highest potential to be, you know, the best player, you know, in a long time. You know, I think he's definitely going to step up at the safety position, especially with, you know, we don't know what Kavon Watson is going to do. We know we're hyped up with him, but, you know, we don't know what's going to happen, you know. But Will Parks, you know, I know he's coming back in around, you know, week 3 or week 4. But I think Jalen Mills can step up and be, you know, the safety. I think he's definitely I think he's more of a safety than as a corner. You know, he's not the reliable corner that you want to really go with. But I think I'd rather go with, you know, Jalen Mills at the safety position. I think he will have a breakout year this season. And I think we'll keep him for the long run. I think this is his payday this year, you know.
Hey, I'm on with that, man.
Listen,
look,
man.
My guy here, let me go and call this out. My guy has big confidence. D.Y. Shepard with the J-Jaw, the breakout star. Hey, listen, I hope so. Hey, we going to see it. We definitely going to see it.
The bull got 2 left feet. Can you run?
Sleep.
Listen, man.
Right.
Sean Bradley gonna be a problem too, man. Don't sleep on Sean Bradley, bro. He could bust.
Yeah, that boy gonna be a problem.
Sean Bradley is actually good. Listen, you want to talk about Dallas Goedert? I got reports. It was no video, and I'm mad about this, but it was reported that Sean Bradley smacked Dallas Goedert coming across that middle like something crazy, bro. He had him on his helmet. If he give us that, whoo.
Trying to tell y'all. Hey, listen, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this. Hey, listen. No, actually, I want my guy Eagle Season to kick this one off. Let me know Eagle Season. We'll start at the top and go around. I'll kick it off last. Yeah. Who's your star player, or who's a star player with the highest expectations this year on the Eagles? Who's got the highest expectations of this on this team this year?
I think I would go with either Kavon Watson or Miles Sanders. You know, Kevon Wallace, definitely the hype has got him. The hype is he's definitely getting hyped up a lot. But I think it will definitely have to be Miles Sanders. People are expecting him to be, Christian McCaffrey this season. People are expecting to be MVP. Maybe getting a 2,000 yards this season. I really like what Miles Sanders is going to do, and I think he could definitely step up for the long run. And he could be one of our best running backs in history for the Philadelphia Eagles. I know that's a long shot, but I still believe in Miles Sanders. He's going to carry the load, not like what we had in Jordan Howard last season when he had only like barely any carries a game. But throughout the season, at the end of the season, he's proven to be a number one back. So I think this season, he has definitely a lot of high expectations. And if he can fulfill them, he can definitely, be great for this team and, for the city, for the culture. And he's definitely going to get, high expectations every single year.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, who would you say? So, moving on to Byshir here. Hey, who's got the highest expectations this year?
Bro, that's tough, bro. That's tough, bro. Listen, to me, it possibly might come down to probably like 3 people because you said star. Derek Barnett is no star, not in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So it possibly come down to 3 people. I say Wentz, Slay, and Cox. Like probably them 3 guys. But the most I'll possibly have to give it the big play Slay because we gave him a bag, all that bread to come and shorten up our secondary. You know what I'm saying? He got bodies of work he did inside his own division alone. And you got to think he had Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs twice a year, Devontae Adams twice a year. He had Allen Robinson twice a year. He had to go against some pretty good wide receivers. So when you bring big play Slay to the Philadelphia Eagles, a team in which it didn't have not one good corner, you know what I'm saying? Not even a suitable one or stable. It was no good corners. He comes in here to bring that void of, okay, I'm here to get the job done. You paid me and stuff like that. And he said it himself. He like a challenge. So, like, you know what I'm saying? He likes going against the number 1 wide receiver. So his whole job is to make sure, you know what I'm saying, whoever's the number 1 receiver, you take him out the game. Like eliminate cuz. So I feel as that's the high expectation. Will he give us some touchdowns? Yeah, he's a human, just like everybody. You know what I'm saying, when he get beat a couple times, yeah, sure. But he ain't gonna get cooked like Sidney Jones, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember when we had Carrie Williams? He ain't gonna get burnt like that dude. Byron Maxwell, Nnamdi Amswan, like he ain't all them dudes. Like I could go on for on who got burnt, but Big Play Slay probably got the most expectations in my eyes. And Fletcher Cox got high expectations because we got Javon Hargrave. So everybody got expectations, but Carson Wentz, I don't think he has a high expectations because he did it last year with nothing. So you really can't expect a lot from him when you get weapons.
Great take, my guy. Philly Insider Podcast. Let me know. Let me know who got the highest expectations.
I want to be unique, but I got to go with Byshir here with Slay and Cox, man.
Yeah.
Slay, like you said, Notion, it's been since Asante Samuel, man. We haven't had that guy, and then Byshir hinted at, guys like Kerry Williams, Bradley Fletcher, Nolan Carroll, Byron Maxwell.
Don't hurt me like that.
My heart.
Taking you guys back.
Byron Maxwell.
Don't hurt me like that. You bring it back. Don't hurt me like that.
I'm going to go back even a little further with, Nnamdi Asomugha and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie back then.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the dream team. But, yeah. But, before Asante Samuel, we even had guys like, Sheldon Brown, who was really good. And I'm blanking on the other guy. Lito Shepherd, that's who it was.
Hold on. Which one was it? Shelton Brown, the one who smacked Reggie White.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush, yeah. Made him start crying to his mama.
I remember Reggie Bush. Welcome to the NFL SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made him crawl to his mom like a baby. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Sure. I remember watching that as a kid. But yeah, since then, man, we just haven't had it. And Slay's got to be that guy. I really think he is the answer. I think he brings everything to it. Like you said, he faced talent in the division. Another guy, Kenny Galladay in the division, who's contested catch guy.
Detroit.
No, they play on the same team. Never mind. My bad. But go up against practicing him too. You're still going up against practicing him.
So he locked down Calvin Johnson. Remember that? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So I think Slay's got to be that guy, and then Fletcher Cox in the middle. He hasn't had that dynamic duo partner since Jernigan was good the first half of that Super Bowl year, I would say. he kind of drifted off, and obviously the last few years he was not productive and was injured half the time too. But after him it was Anthony Rush was okay last year, but he's not a second D. He's a fourth, fifth D. Hassan Ridgeway was played pretty well, but he's the fourth guy. Having Hargrave and Jackson both when they're both healthy, to have them rotate three guys in and out on that D line, and you can rotate guys like BG can play inside. Derek Barnett, again, he's a question mark. I'm on the same page as you with that Byshir, but you can move him inside to just spell minutes for these guys. I think just having them fresh is going to be huge. Having them be able to get some oxygen on the bench, hopefully. I think this has really got to be Fletch's year. He's got to live up to what he's supposed to be. I think he will, but we got to see that big time production from him again this year.
Hey, I can't argue with none of those.
I gotta agree, bro, for real.
I can't say, I definitely think Big Slay, he's got a big expectation ceiling this year. But I'm gonna go against the grain with y'all, and I'm gonna go ahead and say somebody different. I'm gonna go ahead and say of course, actually, he's probably my favorite player. Even though he don't get a lot of credit, I don't think he because it is what it is. Deshaun Jackson, listen, I think the man has some expectations this year. Listen, we've been looking for that needed speed for our team since we got rid of Deshaun Jackson. And since he's been back, he's been hurt, and we ain't been able to see it. So I know, and we all know that it's there. I do think that he has one of the highest expectations because he's expected to stretch our field. This opens up things, of course, for the running backs, for the tight ends. So I do believe that Deshaun Jackson has some high expectations this year. He definitely has to battle the injury concern. But at the same time, look, I think he's got a lot to prove to this Eagle organization, especially since coming back. So I think some expectations are riding on him. Of course, that's what my guy Drew here says, it rides on Carson Wentz. Carson has to get him the ball. But at the same time, I do think that, hey, Deshaun's trying to go ahead and steal his chip to the HOF. My opinion, I think he's already there. But him getting one of these, y'all already know that's putting that man in there.
Makes it even better, exactly. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
I think Deshaun Jackson, you're right. His expectation is high, but I feel like if he go down this year, we wouldn't be like such at a loss because Watkins and Hightower, guys like that. Because remember last year when he went down, who was the next man up? Was what? JJ? What did he do? What? Nothing. So you got guys like Watkins and Hightower who actually they said are very high on. So I think Deshaun Jackson will play like 12 games. He's like 30-something. You can't expect him to play 16. But Deshaun Jackson could very well have 1,000 yards. So, this dude could ball out. Deshaun Jackson, like he said, he felt some type of way. Things went down last time. He felt as though he should have been on the team when we won the Super Bowl. And he was really right. He's really right. So, if he get that ring, I put him in the HOF. But I feel as though he already there. Best deep threat to ever play the game. So I'm saying.
Man. All facts, my guys. So last question, again, before we get up out of here, because I appreciate all y'all for dropping some time with me today so we can go ahead and get with the Eagle Nation. Y'all know how we rocking. But before we get up out of here, I need to hear from all of y'all. What are these NFC East predictions right now? So, hey, I'll kick it off last. Eagle season, if you want to kick it off, what are your predictions for this NFC East, brother?
I'm not predicting anything. It's all just going to be facts for me. The Eagles are winning the division.
Let's go!
Eagles are winning the division. You already know. For the, second straight year, we're going to win the division. Even though we got robbed, it should have been three straight years. As you noted, Dallas Goedert's, helmet, that was not even no pass interference or anything. But it is what it is, Eagles are winning the division.
Yeah, man. Listen, let me go. Whew. The Cowboys are going to be third in the division. The Washington Trash Cans will go 1-16. Listen, let me be for real. Okay, the Eagles going to win the division. I possibly have us 11-5, possibly 12-4. Of course, the Cowboys going to come second inside the division, possibly 10-6, 9-7, missing the playoffs like they always do. You got the Giants have Jason Garrett over there, a choke artist. You got some new guy called who they coach Head coach is
Joe
Joe
Judge.
Judge. Joe Judge, yeah, whoever that guy is. They don't have no stability over there. Those dudes are going to be, trash. You think what? Cowboys 9-7. I got Giants possibly 7-9, and Washington Trash Cans is going to be 4-12. Chase Young is going to have 5 sacks from the year, no sacks side of the division. He's going to be a bum. I'm trying to listen, bro. I can't wait till the season start because every team's going to get exposed, and I can't wait. Listen, you could bring it back here. You could stamp this. When we play Washington the week 1, we're going to start off sluggish like we always do. We're going to heat that thing up and win. We play Cowboys, we're going to blow them out. When we play the Giants, we're going to blow them out. When we play the Cowboys the second time, we're going to blow them out. Next time, after we beat them, I want Carson Wentz to smack Dak Prescott on the helmet and say, good job, because you didn't do anything. He sucked. But, we're going to blow them dudes out. I can't even fathom it. I already can see it, so it's not nothing to me. But I think we can have the best. I think we're going to have the most sacks inside the division. I also say that, too. And we're going to sweep it, so.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For me, I'll go before Notion you finish this off. I think Eagles 11-5. Regardless of the holes in this team, they always figure it out. They know how to get the job done at the end of the day, especially in December. Unlike the Cowgirls, always falling apart that time of the season. Whoever it is, they don't even have the clapper there anymore. But they got a new coach, new system to implement and everything. And I mean, to me, the only thing holding that team back is Dak Prescott, like you said. I mean, until he goes, I don't think there's any way they're a contender, in my opinion. They're every time, you look at the reads he makes, you look at the accuracy problems he has, even when he's completing passes, he's throwing behind his receiver, not getting the yards after a catch. I mean, that's a big issue, in my opinion. And then, the Giants, I think, will take a step up, but they're not a contender. They're not there yet. Joe Judge, I don't even know what he did in New England before he got there. I don't know what his resume is. I'm not hearing too much about him. And then the Washington football team, I got them going 2-14 this year. Top down in that organization. I just think the whole organization is just garbage from ownership down to the team. There's nothing to be excited about there, in my opinion. So that's my NFC East stand.
I hear that, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, I love all the takes, fellas. Hey, the common theme to all of that is the Eagles run this division. Y'all know what time it is. So, hey, listen. Y'all know how we rocking. Let me go and put my take out there. Look, the Eagles, I see us potentially, our high ceiling, I see us possibly going somewhere between, hey, it could be as high as 13-3, honestly. But 12-4, 11-5, that's realistic. I see the low end being 10-6. I don't see nothing being lower than that. But if I had to put it out there, I think we're going 12-4. Hey, shocker, I went off and said it earlier at the beginning of starting the training camp. Hey, look, I think the Giants are going to come in second. How I feel about that? Hey, I think that just because the Cow Turds, they got so much high expectations. They have a brand new coach, a brand new defense. Hey, it's still recycled garbage. So, hey, listen, I think the Giants are going to find a way to leapfrog the Cow Turds this year. They're going to come in second with some kind of a 9-7 record. The Cow Turds will find a way to, be that same hella trash garbage squad they are, coming in at 8-8. And then the dumpster, y'all already know the Washington Trash Cans. Let's go and put them out of there. They're going 6-10. That's what it is. Eagles run this. We going on our consecutive playoff run. They know what it is. We taking over the division. So that's how we rocking it, gang. So, real quick, everybody on the final thoughts on your way out. Again, y'all check the description links below because I got all these boys' links down there. But y'all let them know where to find y'all on the way out, fellas. Hold on, let me get this stream rock right. Go ahead, Eagle Season. Let them know where you at, my guy. Hold on, I think I muted my guy. Hold on, run that back, Eagle Season. I think I might have pressed your mute button on accident. My fault, bro.
It's all right, definitely, man. Definitely check the links. Check the links in the description, man. Definitely appreciate all these content creators, man. All great content creators, Eagles content creators run this, man. We are all great, Byshir Randall, a great guy, definitely great. Philly Insider Podcast, a new guy, welcome to Eagle Nation, the Eagle community is new, it's definitely a great place to, enjoy your time and, really good, you know. And Philly Notion, of course, the energy guy.
Yeah.
He's definitely, you know,
Yeah,
definitely, you know, he has as much energy as you can get, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, you know, definitely for having us on, and you know, definitely check the links in the description, man. Make sure you, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man, if you like it, you know. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it anyway, so man, hit that, you know, subscribe, you know.
Yes, sir. You already know my guy Byshir. Go
Yo,
let him know, my guy.
listen, Notion got so much energy, bro, and he never tired, bro. I never tired, bro. Every live stream we have, every panel we have, this man got so much energy, bro. Right after we done, he texts me, and then I'll be talking to him. He's never be. I'm like, bro, I gotta go to sleep. I'm tired, bro. This man always up. Listen, man. What's up, everybody? Byshir Randall back at it again. You girls know and know, bro. Listen, bro. I appreciate these dudes have me on here, bro. These guys keep me going. Notion, Eagle Season, Philly Insider Podcast. A new dude, bro. Make sure you go check him out. Dude got the analyst, he got the data, he got everything you want, bro. Go check him out. Actually, a pretty good guy, man. He want to set this up, man. So you want to go, you know what I'm saying, congratulate anybody, congratulate him. Man, but definitely check the links out in the description. These dudes are actually pretty good. Some of them are pretty good. My friends, all those dudes are my friends. But say we got a little thing going, bro. Eagles run next year. We know how we get down, bro. Until next time, man. Do your thing.
Yes, sir, my guy Byshir. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, listen. And then my guy kicking the knowledge. Y'all already know Philly Insider Podcast. Hey, check the stream out. My guy's over there doing it. So check the links below. Let them know, my guy.
Check the links below. We actually got our NFC East predictions dropping in 1 minute now. So we got that Eagles season preview coming up. So go check that out after. But appreciate you guys letting me join the live, and I'm glad we could set this up. I mean, we're gonna be doing this throughout the season. Seems like it went pretty well. I mean, Notion bringing the energy, like you guys said. Byshir, I've been checking out your videos, man. Keep doing it. The kid with the camera, and then Eagles season. Same with you, man. I love your videos. You were the first one I saw in the Eagles community, and then that led to me finding Notion and then seeing Byshir on the live streams and everything. I mean, it's just great to have that, and you know, I'm hyped for the season. It's 1 week away. Definitely going to be doing this as the season goes on every once in a while. So it was great doing this with you guys. Check their channels out. Go subscribe, and we're all going to have great content coming out. So appreciate you guys. Notion salute.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know. Look, I rock with all these guys. So y'all make sure y'all check these description links below. Again, new content creators, we coming at y'all. Look, again, hey, y'all be asking me where I get all this energy from. I get it from this entire community that I'm watching. They all put me on this gas. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all right now, we on the quest for another one of these. So that's the energy we bringing. So it ain't nothing, hey, short of that. And when y'all see these Dallas cow turds, y'all know what to let them know. Let them know they hella trash. Let these Washington trash cans know they about to get dropped off week 1. And let these dumpster juice New York Giants know they garbage too. So, hey, with all that being said, hey, y'all know how we rocking. I appreciate all the love, fellas. Hey, check the links below. And y'all know if you new to this ride, y'all know what to do. Go hit that subscribe. Y'all already know. Hey, on the way out, fly, Eagles, fly. Y'all have y'all a fantastic Eagles day. And y'all know what it is. Until next time, gang. Go keep the notion. Yes, sir.